Good morning, boys and girls. I am here in our classroom. Can you see it behind me? It's empty today. I'm missing you guys, but I'm here doing a little bit of cleaning and just wanted to say hello and read another story and show you something else. Throughout this year, we will work together to write some stories. And if you guys were here sitting around the circle, I would have you help me write a story. But since you're not, I'm going to write the first one today and teach you a little bit about parts of a story, okay? So whenever we write something, stories are made of sentences, and sentences are a complete thought. And whenever we start a sentence, we always start with a capital letter. We'll be learning more about capital and lowercase letters next week when we start the alphabet. But I wanted to write a little story with you this morning and just show you a couple things. So I'm going to start, my story is going to be real simple. The first sentence is going to be today is Monday. Did you know that? Today is actually Monday, September 13th. So when I start a sentence, I always use a capital letter. So I'm going to start with a capital T, today. And today is a word. And anytime I'm done with words, I use two fingers to space between the next word. Today is, now Monday is the name of a day of a week, and we always start names with a capital letter as well. So I'm going to use a capital M for Monday. Today is Monday. Now that, boys and girls, is a complete thought. And anytime we have a complete thought or a sentence, we have to end with a special mark that tells us to stop. So this little dot is called a period, and I like to think of a period as a stop sign. It's kind of like stop reading, and take a deep breath and wait before you read the next thing. So this is a sentence. Today is Monday. We have our period or stop sign at the end. That tells me to take a break before I start reading again. And the next sentence that I'm going to write is that Miss Amy is going to read us a story. So again, we always start with a capital letter. So Miss, and then Amy is my name also, so that's going to have a capital A, and A is going to be our letter next week. Miss Amy is going to read us a story. And then I need to have something else at the end here. Do you remember what I called that? That is a period or a stop sign, because that is a complete thought or a sentence. So when we read our story and when we write it, it's the same as when we read a book. We always start from left to right and from top to bottom. So today is Monday. There's a stop sign. I'm going to take a breath. Miss Amy is going to read us a story. Okay, so that's our very first story that we've ever written, and when we're here in person, we will write those together, okay? But I wanted to show you that this morning. Now, I brought another story. This is another kind of old story. It's called Blueberries for Sal. It is a fiction story. It's made up. So let's see if I can switch to this side. I think it might work better. Okay, so Blueberries for Sal. Do you remember that the front of a book is called the front cover, and the back of the book is called the back cover, and this part on the side is called the spine? A book always has what's called a title. The title is the name of the book. So this book is titled Blueberries for Sal. All right, and it is written by Robert McCloskey. He is the author. So here we go. We're going to open it up. Remember, when we read a book, that we start top to bottom, left to right. That's how the story goes. Can you say that with Miss Amy? Top to bottom, left to right. That's how the story goes. All right, so here we go. One day, little Sal, there she is. Maybe that's short for Sally. Little Sal went with her mother to Blueberry Hill to pick blueberries. Have you ever picked blueberries before? That's kind of fun. I like to eat them when I pick them. Little Sal brought along her small tin pail and her mother brought her large tin pail to put the blueberries in. "We will take our berries home and can them," said her mother, "and then we will have food for the winter." Little Sal picked 3 berries and dropped them into her little tin pail. Kerplink, kerplink, kerplunk went the berries as they fell into the pail. She picked 3 more berries, and this time she ate them. Then she picked more berries and dropped one in the pail. Kerplunk. Then the rest she ate. Little Sal ate all 4 blueberries out of her pail. I think she likes the way the blueberries taste. Her mother walked slowly along through the bushes, picking blueberries as she went and putting them in her pail. Little Sal struggled along behind, picking blueberries and eating every single one. So there's Mother, she's putting hers in her pail, and there's Little Sal, she just keeps eating them. She must be hungry this morning. Little Sal hurried ahead and dropped a blueberry in her mother's pail. It didn't sound kuplink because the bottom of the pail was already covered with berries. So Sal reached inside to get her berry back. Though she really didn't mean to, she pulled out a large handful of blueberries because there were so many blueberries right up close to the ones she had put in. What do you think she's going to do with those blueberries? You know? Her mother stopped picking and said, "Now, Sal, you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to take her berries home and can them for next winter." Her mother went back to her picking, but Little Sal, because her feet were tired of standing and walking, sat down in the middle of a large clump of blueberry bushes and ate blueberries. She's just going to sit there and eat them. On the other side of Blueberry Hill, Little Bear came with his mother to eat blueberries. Did you know that bears love to eat blueberries too? "Little Bear," said his mother, "eat lots of berries and grow big and fat. We must store up food for the long, cold winter." Did you know that a bear sleeps all winter? That's called hibernating. And so before they go to sleep, they have to eat a lot so they get plenty of fat, so they have plenty of fat to live off of in the winter. So they're going to try to eat as many berries as they can. Little Bear followed behind his mother as she walked slowly through the berries, eating bushes. Little Bear stopped now and then to eat berries. And then he had to hustle along to catch up. Because his feet were tired of hustling, he picked out a large clump of bushes and sat right down in the middle of them and just ate blueberries. His feet are tired just like Little Sal's feet were tired. Over on the other side of the hill, Little Sal ate all of the berries she could reach from where she was sitting, and then she started out to find her mother. She heard a noise from around a rock and thought, "That must be my mother walking along." Do you think that's her mother behind the rock or something else? Let's see. But it was a mother crow and her children, and they stopped eating berries and flew away saying, "Caw, caw, caw." Then she heard another noise in the bushes and thought, "That is surely my mother, and I will go that way." You think that noise was her mother? Let's see. But it was Little Bear's mother instead. Would you be scared if you saw that big bear? She was trampling along, eating berries and thinking about storing up food for the winter. And Little Sal tramped right up along behind her. By this time, Little Bear had eaten all the berries he could reach without moving from his clump of bushes. So he hustled off to catch up with his mother. He hunted and hunted, but his mother was nowhere to be found. He heard a noise from over a stump and he thought, that must be my mother walking along. Do you think that's the mommy bear that he hears behind the stump? Let's find out. But it was a mother partridge and her children. A partridge is a type of bird. Do you see them down there? They stopped eating berries and hurried away. I think Little Bear scared them. Then he heard a noise in the bushes and he thought, that surely is my mother. I will hustle that way. Do you think that's his mother he hears in the bushes? But it was Little Sal's mother instead. He found Little Sal's mommy. She was walking along, picking berries, thinking about canning them for next winter. And Little Bear hustled right along behind her. Little Bear and Little Sal's mother and Little Sal and Little Bear's mother were mixed up with each other among the blueberries on Blueberry Hill. Look, over here's Mama Bear and Little Sal following her. And way over here is Little Sal's mama and Little Bear following her. They're following the wrong things, aren't they? Little Bear's mother heard Sal walking along behind and thought that it was Little Bear, and she said, "Little Bear, munch, munch, eat all you gulp can possibly hold. Swallow." But Little Sal said nothing. She picked 3 berries and dropped them, kerplink, kerplink, kerplunk, into her small tin pail. What do you think's going to happen when Mama Bear turns around and realizes it's a little girl following her and not her bear? Little Bear's mother turned around to see what on earth could make a noise like coo-plunk. "Gruff!" she cried, choking on a mouthful of berries. This is not my child. Where is my little bear?" She took one good look and backed away. She was old enough to be shy of people, even a very small person like Little Sal. Then she turned around and walked off very fast to hunt for her little bear. Little Sal's mother heard Little Bear tramping along behind her, and she thought it was her daughter, Little Sal. She kept right on picking and thinking about canning berries for next winter. Little Bear padded up and peeked into her pail. Look, do you see him looking into her pail? Of course, he only wanted to taste a few of what was inside, but there were so many and they were so close together that he tasted a tremendous mouthful by mistake. He got a whole mouthful of berries. "Now, Sal," said Little Sal's mother without turning around, "you run along and pick your own berries. Mother wants to can these for next winter." Little Bear tasted another tremendous mouthful, and then he almost spilled the entire pail of blueberries. I bet Little Sal's mother would be scared if she saw it was a bear behind her. Little Sal's mother turned around and gasped, "Oh, my goodness, you are not Little Sal. Where, oh, where is my child?" Little Bear just sat munching and swallowing and licking his lips. Look at that, he's enjoying that tasty snack. Little Sal's mother slowly backed away. She was old enough to be shy of bears, even very small bears like Little Bear. Then she turned and walked away quickly to look for Little Sal. She hadn't gone very far before she heard a kerplink, kerplink, kerplunk. She knew just what made that kind of noise. Who is it? Little Sal? Little Bear's mother had not hunted very long before she heard a hustling sound that stopped now and then to munch and swallow. And she knew just what made that kind of noise. It was her little bear. Little Bear and his mother went home down one side of Blueberry Hill, eating blueberries all the way and full of food stored up for next winter. And Little Sal and her mother went down the other side of Blueberry Hill, picking berries all the way, and drove home with food to can for next winter. A whole pail of blueberries and 3 more besides. Look at them. They're at home in their kitchen and they're canning blueberries so they'll have them for the winter. The end. Did you like that story? That was a good one. I enjoyed that story about Little Sal and Little Bear and the blueberries. I hope you liked that story, and I will be back tomorrow to read you another story. I hope you have a great Monday, and I will see you soon. Bye.